On this video, I would like to share tips what to expect in marriage, okay, and I want to give advice to those men, to those young men out there who want to get married, okay. And you might have a question like, do I qualify to give you advice? Well, let's see. I've been married for like 17 years today. And I think, in my opinion, anybody who's been married longer than 15 years are, I think, they are to give young men an advice, uh, on marriages. Okay, without further ado, uh, tips number one. During the first years of marriage, okay, or the first couple of years of marriage, this is the time of adjustment between the two people, right? Now remember, you've been raised from a different family, and she's been raised from a different family. Even though you are coming from the same, let's say, the same country, the same maybe city, right? But two people coming from two families who might have different values, so you need a process of adjustment. In this process, for men out there, you need to set the example. Okay, don't expect the wife or the women to set the example for you. Right? I don't mean anything by saying this, but if you, for example, right, if you want your wife to talk nice to you or nicer to you, I'm sure she will talk in a nice way to you, because otherwise you wouldn't choose her, or she wouldn't choose you to be, partner. That's not what I meant. Sorry, that's not what I meant. But if you want her to speak nicer to you, then you have to speak nicer to her first, and set the example. Set the example, and then speak to her in a nice way, or the best way you can, right? Treat her the best way you can, just like you treat the best woman in your life, like your mom, for example, how you treat your mom, right? And I'm not saying that your wife is like your mom, but the level of respect, just like that, in my opinion, So for girls out there, right, who wants to find a good man, right, check how those men treat their mothers, right, and check how they treat a person who's taking care of him, a mother figure. Check maybe a mother figure, basically, how he treats her. Right? If he treats her good, then there's a high probability that you will be treated good too. But if he treats her, then expect. All right. Okay. So in any case, right? First, like I said, so men, you set the example, right? You set the example, and then you treat her nice, and you treat her the best you can, and then you can give your wife advice. Or, hey, you know what, maybe I'm not comfortable when you talk to me this way and to the way, maybe you should do it this way. And I'm pretty sure that your wife will listen to you if you have already set a couple of examples in front of her, not by words but by action first. Okay? And then the next step of the marriage is the pregnancy period. Okay, when your wife is starting to get pregnant, and then this is one of the most important part of marriage, basically. This is the starting of the real test, basically. When your wife becomes pregnant, in the beginning or the first couple of months, right, and she will be she might be moody, or having a mood swings, because what would happen is she will she will not eat right, because she will feel nauseous, she will feel bloated, all those things that will prevent her from eating right. Therefore, there's a high probability that she will be more moody. So be aware of this, and most men, especially young men, will react like, hey, why, you're not the same like before, or you're not the same you're not the same person like like I knew, what happened, and then so men, be patient, okay, during this period of time. You have to be patient. Please understand that your wife is feeling something in her stomach that make her feel uncomfortable when she eats. So watch what she eats, okay? So as a man, as a husband, you must watch what she eats, okay? She must eat nutritious food, okay? Don't let her eat junk food. Just make sure that you give your wife nutritious food, okay? It's important for her mood, okay? This is important. Now if you just give her any food, all right, that oh, I want this, I want that, or maybe ice cream, and that's it, and no nutritious food, uh, then expect your wife to be moody because her nutrition is not balanced. So why nutrition is balanced? Because it's feeding her brain. If her brain doesn't have enough nutrition, then she will be more inclined to feel depressed. And all these small things, and she will give you drama. Like tears. All because I don't know. Maybe you forgot to put your shoes on the rack. And then it's a big deal, and then tears coming out of your eyes. I don't know. So make sure during the pregnancy period that your wife eats nutritious food, okay? Make her eat nutritious food, even though you have to eat with her, right? Or give her multivitamin, okay, or things like that. But make sure, okay, you be there for her, and make sure that she consume those nutritions if you want to have a peaceful marriage life. Okay, and number 3, don't forget, this is also important, agree with your wife how to raise your children, okay? What kind of value that you're going to install to your children or to your child, this, could cause problem in marriage life, you might have a different value, your wife might have a different value, this could cause tension, unnecessary tension. So make sure that you talk to your wife, and then listen to her, and she listens to you. You know what? We should have installed this value to our children. This kind of stuff. Everybody has different values. So I'm not gonna tell you what kind of value that you should install, but make sure you agreed on how to raise your children. For example, you might have like your mother, your wife maybe one day get angry at your child because of something, but your child said, hey, but father said this is okay, and why mom said this is not okay. You don't want that, right? So make sure that you agreed. So in case that of you raising your child, you will not make your children confused, on what is right and what is wrong, and what will make you upset. Make sure that you support each other. So when mommy says A, then daddy will say A. Or mommy says B, then daddy will say B, or daddy, vice versa. Okay, and number 4, the time after the delivery of the baby. Postnatal time. Do I pronounce it correctly, or maybe there's another term for that? Excuse me. Now, after the delivery of the baby, this is also one of the crucial time, and most young couple, right, couldn't pass this stage because there's a pressure there, and the wife, like I said before, for those of you men, right, your wife become extremely moody, right, after this delivery of the baby. She will get mad at every single thing, and sometimes all your past sin, will be coming to the topic of conversation, and then tears will come out for small little things, all this because, right, she will have to breastfeed the baby. Now, when she breastfeed the baby, again, the baby will suck all the nutrition from your wife, from the mommy. So what happened is the mommy, now, again, nutrition is important. If the mommy didn't get enough nutrition, then the baby will suck the nutrition from mommy's body, and most likely will suck nutrition from her bone, right? And that's why women who have children, they have a weaker bone, right? Because the nutrition been sucked by the babies, And if that's not enough, and if the mommy still didn't consume nutritious food, right? I'm not talking about just food, but nutritious food here, okay? It's food that is specially for mommy who just delivered a baby. No, so it's not gonna be the same like you and I's food, Make sure your wife, after the delivery of the baby, have high nutritious food specialized for mommies who just delivered the baby. Important because it will feed her brain, okay? It will prevent the baby sucking nutrition from her brain, from her bone, right? My experience when I when I make sure that my wife ate nutritious food and she's not that moody, But only one day, right? I forgot for one day to make sure that her food was nutritious. I just left just food, food, normal food, and she was moody, and then I have to it gave me a headache basically. So for you men who don't want to get a headache from your wife who just delivered the baby, make sure that she has nutritious food, okay? Make sure somebody's there to help her, right? Make sure that if a family member, a relative, or get somebody to help your wife, right? And make sure you check the food as the husband. You check the food, what kind of food that your wife will eat. High nutritious food. Okay, you can Google it in your local community. You have a different high nutrition food, right? For mommy who just delivered the baby. Trust me, if you do this, you will help yourself. You will save yourself from a headache. Most young men, right, didn't know this. They will, oh, my wife is changing and my wife's not the same anymore. And then because some men didn't understand this, so they feel like their wives is not the same anymore. They look at the other women, and because the other women were more friendly and didn't give him headaches, and then it's an affair, and there was all this chaos in family or unnecessary things that could have been prevented, So I'm just sharing with you the tips, okay? Again, during this period of time, nutrition is everything. Lastly, just be patient, for you men out there, be patient, expect all those emotional eruption, from your wife, and be patient, and remember, you don't have to win every argument. Now, just even though you're right, you don't have to win every argument. Just say yes, okay, yeah, you're right. Practice to say, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, You will have a peaceful meal. Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Now, if you can do that, then I hope my advice will be useful. So for you out there, young men who want to get married, please listen to my advice. Let me know. Let me know how was your experience like. Okay? And just in case if there are men out there who's watching this video who have more experience than me and who have maybe another advice, right, that I forgot to mention, let me know. If you like this video, click like, subscribe button, and notification bell. Peace and good luck.